Welcome back to my channel. On a previous video, we examined the concept of scarcity and how it is caused by unlimited wants being greater than limited resources. Because of this problem of scarcity, all economies must answer the three basic economic questions of what to produce, how to produce it, and for whom to produce. The way that these economies will allocate their resources will be based on the type of economic systems which they have. For this video, the economic systems which we will examine are the free market economy, the command economy, and the mixed economy. We will start with the free market economy. In the free market economy, the role of the government is very limited, and it is driven mainly by profits, and the private sector is very large. You'd find that the price mechanism is used to determine what is to produce and who should get these items, determined by, of course, the invisible hand by Adam Smith. This pertains to the law of demand and supply and how market forces operate. As a result of this profit motive, there are many firms who would enter in this type of system, leading to a lot of competition. Because of competition, you'd find that there is a larger variety of goods and services, and they tend to have a higher quality of goods and services as well. So consumers have the freedom of choice to choose the types of goods that they want, and firms also have the freedom of choice to decide which goods they want to produce, again based on the market forces. Self-interest is a major component of this type of system, and because of that you'd find that we have a lot of unequal distribution of wealth, meaning we have a small percentage of the very rich and a large percentage of the poor. And this occurs because we have little to no government intervention to correct this failure. Another problem we face in this type of system is the underproduction of merit goods and the overproduction of demerit goods. And you'd find that while we have no economies that would take on the free market or any of these systems to its fullest aspect, these economies will tend to lean to one side more than the other. The economies that we could think of that would take on more of a free market economy type system would be, for example, the USA and Hong Kong. The next system we would look at would be the command economy. In the command economy, you find that decisions are made by the state and they aim to maximize social welfare. As a result, they would tend to have a more equal distribution of income. The resources of the country are also owned by the government, and as a result, there's no incentive for firms or individuals to produce goods, as there's no profit driving motive. We'd also find, because of this lack of profit motive, that there's a reduction, or rather no competition involved in terms of firms, seeing that the government is the only producer, and that leads to low quality goods and also a limited variety of goods. And these prices of these goods are also set by the state. Because the government is producing these goods and they would have to collect data from persons to find out the things that they need, they would usually have time lags in terms of getting these goods and services to persons, and also time lags in terms of finding out what it is they need. As a result of this, you would find that we can have problems such as productive and allocative inefficiencies. However, because the government is the main producer, of goods and services, they can choose not to produce certain ills in society, such as demerit goods. Countries that will take on this type of system would include North Korea and Cuba. However, within recent times, Cuba has opened up a bit, but generally it is considered to still be a command economic system. The next system we would look at would be the mixed economy. So within the mixed economy, both the state and the private sector owns resources, and they both produce the goods and services. The decisions are made by the state and the private sector as well. Market forces do exist in a mixed economy. However, the government can intervene and regulate prices via price ceilings and price floors. So price ceilings would be like putting a cap on types of goods and services such as basic food items, flour, oil, and so on, to make sure that persons with little incomes can still afford these goods. And a price floor, an example of that would be like your minimum wage, to make sure that workers are not exploited. You'd find that you would have the inequities and inequalities in incomes being reduced due to taxes and subsidies. So it's a progressive tax system. The governments will tax persons with higher incomes and redistribute that income to persons in the form of unemployment grants, pensions, etc. Within the Caribbean, we generally would take on a mixed economy system, with the exception of Cuba. So some examples would be Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and Jamaica. I'm Ms. Luciu, and I make videos on economics. If you like what you see, you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel.